It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Well, to no one's surprise, Coach, it is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a peek at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
We're going to sign 41 Mike. I don't think you got it, sir. Kill. Lady. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Tighten up. Hey, wahoo. No. Check.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Bell running on first down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Darnold completes it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Check out route.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Bell. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Stop.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. And he fires one incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 7.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Mike, 50. Here we go. Watch tight end. You got 3 down.
C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have him pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick-6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one, they've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Michael 19!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Screenplay, Anderson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball, but when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Kill. Hey, Charlie.
Allen now on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 30 yards.
Tight end right. Out. 3 down.
Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. It's a big run that time by Bell. 47 yards on the ground. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hey, watch it, lady. Whip. Hey, echo. Slam. Check 9. Check safety.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to air this thing out deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2 yards on the pickup.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Allen with a throw caught by Beasley. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Beasley signed with the Bills in March just before his 30th birthday after 7 years with the Cowboys, hoping that he can be a very valuable slot receiver in Buffalo. Just under 700 yards last year and 3 touchdowns in Dallas.
No. 22 jet bomber.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
25 yards that time. Allen now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Anderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picked up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tyler Croft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's caught by Beasley. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
First and goal at the 6
Here we go, G, get off the field. Undercrush. Check. 80 weapon. Check 13.
They'll run. Anderson. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
That's it, baby. That's it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Toss play. This is Anderson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. C.J. Anderson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Allen. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Kroft, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Tavecchio pushed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
To see how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns in.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll go again with Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Team 6.
A first down throw, Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On second and 11 now. Darnold, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Ed Oliver in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack.
Go!
On third down, here's Bell. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They start the drive with Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the ship. My 52.
On second down and 4. Allen, the throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with the lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Right there, 54 Mike. He can't hang. He's not going to go.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. This will be caught once again by Brown. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. They run it again with Anderson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Yeah, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Allen going to come to the line here. 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Allen going to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Following the penalty, Anderson. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Bills on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 53. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
A good lane to run there for Bell, as he'll get about 7 on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. So the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. This is more where it came from.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, Anderson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Coming right, this is Anderson on the toss. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch that.
Now it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
41 to Mike. I'm scared. Mike 41. I'm going to wedge that out. Watch the slant.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. It's it.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bills, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Jets, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit her max, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
I'm about to make a play.